EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us about 20 miles south of downtown L.A. at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and our home team. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This is taking you the 13th. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I got you. Hey, watch this. Say.
Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You can't block me.
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Randy Gregory. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Whip. Watch the whip. Shift. Check 52. 25. Check 20. Come on. Check. Fresno. Short.
Looking to throw. And he's got his target. That's more. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
You got tight.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Devin Bush, the linebacker, was the one there in pass coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Ready.
Mike.
Hey, stand off.
Cut. Check nickel.
Go out. Be triple.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
They'll run on 1st down. Rodgers. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Those INTs all sting, but you throw one in the red zone, I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you're giving up points now, those are precious, so you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cover. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run on first down with Jackson. And he stopped immediately there. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Go, go.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to...
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
General West, bravo.
Off play action. Daniels. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On the ground, Rodgers. Able to pick up a healthy chunk of yards, 7-yard gain, but a tough 3rd and 9 upcoming.
Good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage. And that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Melvin Ingram in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have a first down past the 40 and all the way down to the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 34. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side,
and now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, LA! Justin Jackson, 41 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On first down, Rodgers. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Daniels. It's complete. Stills. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, Daniels. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. As soon as he caught that toss and looked upfield, you could tell they had a big numbers advantage blocking-wise.
They certainly did, which means oftentimes your safety will be unblocked. That means he's got to play it from what they call inside out. Don't let the running back cut back across your face. Keep him pinned to the sideline and go make the tackle.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. James Washington there to make the grab. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Do it.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Go. 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Y'all not ready. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the screen.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now they try the right side here. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Caught. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and 1.
On the ready. 55. Check. 55. Mike. Here we go. Here we go. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They run with Jackson out of the gun. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. That throw into the arms of Allen. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
22,
He'll look to throw. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
55, Mike, 55. I don't think you got it, son. Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. You got nothing today. Zoom, zoom. You got nothing.
Here's 2nd and 8. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. They're going to look to throw. That is caught at the 7. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
49 to Mike, 149. All day, all day.
2nd and 2. He's going to launch it for Washington. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. From the gun. Daniels. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32, the 40, 20, 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Back to throw. Daniels, open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football. When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
To throw on second down, Daniels. Throw complete there, Rodgers. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. From the gun on third down, Daniels. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Whenever you see a team deciding to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, as a defensive player, my mindset is we've got them now, and that's why they dialed up the blitz and got after them.
But occasionally, you want to pass it on 3rd and 1. I mean, not a lot for sure, but sometimes just to keep the defense guessing.
Oh, no doubt. You want to break tendencies as you go along with the game because you don't want them to just say, oh, 3rd and 1, we know exactly what they're going to do. But in this situation, as an offensive lineman, as a running back, I want to know why I didn't get the football.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield.
14, Mike 14, and we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Mike 14, Mike 14. And what's that? And what's the ball?
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jackson. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming.
They run again with Jackson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
On second down, this is Jackson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 14.
My 14. Rip left. No. Any weapon.
Now a handoff looking right. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Check. Lucky.
Now they try the right side here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 5 on the run, but it leaves them with a tough 3rd and goal forthcoming.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
14's the mic. So we got man.
Looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. His pass caught at the 4. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
This is Samuels. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
The Steelers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing on first down, Daniels going deep here for Stills. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Desmond King picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. This quarterback now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
At the 34-yard line.
Back to throw here. Being chased out left. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. 49, check 49, check 49. Check 99, check 99.
Now a handoff looking right, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here comes Grant on the return. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Kenny Stills, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Ready up. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
March 49. March 49. Watch the slant. 49, 49, guys. Mike.
Look at me. Door, door.
Check, check, check.
2.
From the gun, Daniels. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Check 37. Let's go. Come on.
They're going to try and run. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down now. It's Rodgers. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Let's get this.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Hey, turn it up.
They'll run with Jackson.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Back to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Melvin Ingram. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Their coaching staff, they were pretty adamant beginning of the year. Our goal is to get to the Super Bowl. Well, they made it to the playoffs. That's part 1, but they fall a little bit short.
And to me, once again, it exemplifies just how difficult it is to not just make the playoffs, but to win games in the playoffs. So you can set your goals high, but if anything is off during that time, you have some key injuries or you just don't play well, you get a bad matchup.